Gary, thank you very much for your time. So I get to spend some time with you to talk about marketing. You are creative director for Malmaison and Hotel du Vin, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
So my first question is, what exactly is a creative director in a hotel brand doing?
That's a very good question. Normally they are restricted to advertising agencies and external agencies and the like. But actually, if you want to get a full grasp of what a brand is about, you need to be living it. You actually need to be in it all the time and out and about in the hotels and know exactly what it's about. I'm not talking about the minutiae of, oh, well, this song isn't particularly relevant for this, and oh my God, why are we listening to Lily Allen right now, or this is the wrong water for it. That's part of it, but actually it's about the voice. It's about the voice of the brand. And to be fair, when you go to an agency, you'll be given 3 or 4 brand touch points, and you may get charged an awful lot of money for that. But actually, I suppose a creative director or a brand director within a hotel group gives you that almost vice-like grip of your golden thread that runs throughout it.
Yeah.
Malmaison is brands or hotels that dare to be different. The fact that we actually refer to ourselves as a brand anyway is a crazy old thing. You know, Hotel du Vin is, I think, therefore I divan. And when you look at all of our collateral, and I hope if you're looking at it out there, it all looks very consistent to you, that actually you go, it works. It's one tone of voice. Things rarely go off-piste. Also my job, and until recently as well as creative director, is to let go of the brand as well.
Which is a new phase.
Yeah, I mean, everyone refers to it as the new rules of marketing. And I talk about it, and we've been talking just previously about the cocktail party that is social media. We can throw a good cocktail party, by the way, and you're all welcome. But actually, we've come into this cocktail party relatively late on in terms of things, and we thought we were doing it right before. We thought we were preaching to you about this, and toast to the roast, $14.95, and spas, you must do this treatment, and toast to the roast, $14.95. But for people looking at this, if I tell you the same thing 3 or 4 times over in a day, you go, I'm going to switch this video off.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've learned that.
It's a one-way message as well all the time.
It's time for brands to start engaging in the community.
Yeah.
And I kind of mentioned prior to this about this vice-like grip that a brand director must have over everything that they do.
Yeah.
And actually, that was kind of the old rules. Sure, you need that golden thread. By God, you need that golden thread. You need something to tie down everything that you do so that when you look back at it, you look at the fact that that is definitely on brand and what people come to expect. But actually, the power is shifting across to those people who are commenting on you.
Yeah.
The days of your brand being so massively powerful that people bought into you because of all the things that you say are not taken with a pinch of salt, but now people look across at what's being said on the social networks, what people are saying on TripAdvisor, what YouTube video they're actually showing of your rooms. Mm-hmm. As a brand, and I don't mean just in terms of the collateral and the tone of voice, but in terms of the operational side, we have to be at the top of our game all the time, because there's always going to be someone who's ready there to take a photograph of something that's not right. A broken coffee cup, for example, or things like that. So actually, we need to be part of that community. And not in the community, not as in someone who's there to scowl at you, but actually someone who's prepared to say, I want to take part in it. I want to be part of it. I want to know what you think. And while I won't necessarily act upon everything you think, I'm interested. I'm very interested in what you have to say, because you love us. I'd like you to love us more.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So before the emergence of all these social networks, obviously even before you joined the group, I always think Malmaison has a very high brand recognition. I mean, this is what I've observed being 10 years in the UK. Now, the brand identity with all Facebook and Twitter talking about your brand, how did that change? Is it going to be more difficult to really control what your brand is about? Is the consumers going to decide at the end of the day what Malmaison Hotel du Vin is about? Or you still have this fair share of control?
As a brand, you have to have the control. People have to like you for what you are. I'm going to give this analogy of this cocktail party, which I've talked about incessantly, and I'm talking about to our general managers in a conference about this. You can't change who you are.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you can be nicer, and you can say slightly nicer things, but at this cocktail party, you have to be liked. The cocktail party being your YouTubes, your Twitters, your Facebooks, your Deliciouses, all of those things. People have to like you. Now, if they comment and they like you, you kind of think that you're doing all right from that. And maybe you should keep going down those lines. If you get a lot of negative comment about what you're about, then although your brand dares to be different, maybe you should do it a little bit differently. But not change the essence of what you were about as a brand.
But you didn't have that, fortunately.
Fortunately, I think we know where we stand, and we know that we need to change things slightly, but ultimately we find people like us for what we are. And it's the Marmite thing, if you either like it or you'll hate it. And if no one likes dark bars, they don't like the music we play, I can't change that. I can make it slightly better. I can make it slightly more amenable, but we are what we are. It's our DNA. You look at Hotel du Vin, it's wine. It's in our name. You've got to love wine. But we're about other things to do with that. But ultimately, it's about the good life. It's about the good things. And it could be cigars and cognac. But essentially, our rooms are more elegant. You've got to love that. If you don't like exposed brickwork, then you're probably not going to like certain parts of our hotels. If you don't like dark bars, then you're probably not going to like Malmaison.
Exactly,
But there are other people that like it.
Of course.
And it might not be for you. And we hope with our two brands we have something which straddles most needs for what you want. If you like great wine, if you like great cocktails, if you like good locally sourced food. So there comes a point in this balance of power that we've been talking about where you decide to meet in the middle, but ultimately we are what we are. And we will change and we will get better because we value our opinion, but their opinion. But actually, we can't change too much, otherwise we become grey because we try and appeal to all people.